After the distracting people disappeared, Philomel's daily life becomes smoother. Her tight schedule, the fear of being ostracized, and the fear of dying make her feel like she was suffocating. But she didn't need anything so thorough. Luckily, the nanny and the servants were not longer there, which made her life a little more comfortable. In addition, the new maids did their homework well. However, the new maids did their homework well. What? It's not enough, Philomel whispered as she turned the page of the book she was reading alone in her room before the breakfast. It was a good thing that the nanny and her clique had disappeared and that she was beginning to gain recognition for people, but it was far too early to be relieved. At least, she had to do everything in her power to survive until she was old enough to run away on her own. The next few years were going to be difficult, and since she couldn't do anything with that 9-year-old body, she would be able to eat and lie well when she left the imperial plains. I'm going to put my pocket money aside to use as an escape fund. What else do I need? How to escape? She has some ideas, but keeping those ideas alive was a great challenge. She had to rise in the imperial esteem because there was one thing she needed to escape. The problem. This object was part of the tissue of imperial family, a tissue that could only be used by the emperor or her heir, or an heir recognized by the emperor. But how can I rise in his esteem? Her relationship with the emperor had not changed dramatically. He called from time to time to see her, but that's what all. They weren't close to at all. They had a meal together, but nothing more. There was no progress in their relationship. Well, what should I do? It had nothing that could replace the gesture for the imperial family. Philomel was rereading the Empress Elencia for the umpteenth time. Suddenly her eyes began to shine. Yes, that's it! That's it! She told up and immediately pulled the rope to call Countess Delicious and asked her to bring something with her. The Countess entered the room after the wine with a bottle of green powder. Here is a powder made from the breeding of Sunsatchel you told me about. Thank you. What are you going to do with it? May I ask why you need to sunsatchel powder? It's generally used as a medicinal ingredient. I'm going to make some tea to give to His Majesty. I'm concerned about his health. To His Majesty the Emperor? Yes. His Majesty likes to drink alcohol often. I had read that point of water with sunsatchel is good for hangover. Philomel replied with childlike innocence. She had this reaction on purpose because she knew that the God Countess Gillis was a kind adult who would do anything to protect innocent heart of child. Wow, I see. I'm sure His Majesty will be pleased with the filial piety of the imperial princess. As expect, the maid had an expression that faded for a moment, but then she smiled and cheered Philomel on. Then, shall we paper a teapot and a teacup? And a filter paper, please. Wow, I will get that for you. Just give me a few minutes. As soon as Countess Gillis left the room, Philomel opened the lid of the vial and stuck her noses. Oh, it smells strong. A pumpkin star smell vibrate in the ear. That was the reason why the Countess had reacted vaguely when she told him that she wanted to offer the Emperor some sunsatchel tea. It was well known to everyone that sunsatchel was good for hangover, but few people drink it after drinking a lot. It tastes as awful as a smell, but it's good to have this. A little girl got up and went straight to the hidden vault at back of her room, opened the door and pulled down a veil as big as her forearm. The light came dancing with a golden liquid that filled the bottom, making inside. It was a fruit juice for the watch that the Emperor had sent to her. Once the juice was mixed with the sunsatchel, surprisingly, the bitter taste of the sunsatchel was naturally. In the novel, Alencia had discovered it accidentally when the Emperor had given her juice from the fruit of the watchy. She had put it in the sunsatchel tea. She couldn't believe the wonderful coincidence that comes from the simple idea of if you make one a good thing, with another good thing, it will be healthier. Wow, yes, the real princess was on another level. Philomel thought with a bit aloud. In any case, the tea so-called exclusive sensual tea is much more effective in relieving hangover than the basic sensual tea. It was created by Elencia and not only relieved hangover better, but it also allows you to regain your vitality thanks to the fruit of the Wachi. Until now, no one had dared to make the precious juice of the Wachi with a horrible tasting tea. In a few words, Alansa was a true inventor of the spectral sensuality. Of course, Fiona was going to take her place. I'm sorry, Anastasia, but you are going to help my father. My status, you're going to be able to live well and eat well. You can make me this concession, mumbled the little girl, asking the real ones to understand. Shortly afterward, the countess returned with the filter paper and the necessary to make tea. Philomel gently filtered the tea sensual into the teapot, and finally she added the teaspoon of the golden liquid. The ratio was very important to make the best taste. Philomel added the teapot 2 teaspoons as written in the book. Sweat formed on the top of her nose, and she was concentrated on carefully mixing the water and tea with a teaspoon. It's done! She tasted, and it was strangely sweet. Elansa, you have a kind heart because you would have given this precious drink to anyone with a hangover. But I'm different. Give that good to a powerful. With these words, quick she had learned early in her mind. Philomel went to the emperor's room. As the tea tray was very hot and dangerous to be carried by the 9-year-old girl, it was the countess who took care of it. Philomel had heard that yesterday the emperor was having a princely dinner with a hard-ranking aristocrat until late at night. So that was a strong probability that the emperor was suffering from that evening this morning. Philomel met Count Pauline on her way to the emperor's chamber. Count Pauline was moved to tears when he heard Philomel's explanation. Alas, spring is finally beginning to blossom between the two of you. It is for His Majesty to rise. Let's go. I knew it. He's still in bed because of the hangover. Philomel was all cheerful as he made his way to the Emperor's chamber. The Count opened the door and went in first. Your Majesty, look who's here! A voice filled with distress answered him somewhere on the bed. Don't shout! It's resonating. Eustace, who was lying down, found it difficult to stand up in bed. It is the time. Phil took the tea tray from the Countess' hands and up brought the bed. Your Majesty, how do you feel? She greeted him with a polite attitude. She had practiced too hard. The unexpected voice surprised Eustace. Philomel, why are you here? I will boil you some sunshine tea to have Your Majesty's health. If you want, you can have a drink. Count Pauline helped her from behind. Her Majesty's Highness is visiting Earth in person. His Highness feels lighter. Piety Princeless. Eustace looked at the tea tray with a strange face. Perhaps because of the coppery smell, but the Emperor's face up already pale, because worse. Although the juice of the wood tea changed the taste, it did not change the smell of the sunshine. Oh no! Does that mean he's not going to drink it? Philomel immediately worried and stepped into bed to get closer. Although the smell is not famous, the taste is. Philomel frowned immediately. It smells like alcohol. The smell of the liquor, quick was not covered by the smell of sunshine, come from the Emperor. There were cups of liquor bottles of the beside table that the servant had not yet cleaned up. Wait, did he drink that much even after dinner? Eustace's eye widened, and as if he was reading Philomel's thought, he said to her, "Get away from me." But the chair that Philomel was holding at arm's length began to shake. It's too heavy. It was unreasonable for the young child to carry a chair with a full teapot and teacups for that long. Give that to me. Give me that. Eustace took the tray from the little girl's little girl's hand, little girl's hand, and put it on the bed. He looked at the tea of the moment as if to encourage himself to drink the mixture. He used the cup and emptied it as quickly as he could with frowning eyebrows. The forehead that was frowned upon quickly becomes smooth. It doesn't taste bad. Philomel smiled brightly at the reaction she was expecting. Doesn't it? I make the bitter taste disappear by mixing it with a fruit of the wachi. From the fruit of the wachi? Yes, Your Majesty gave it to me. Yes, for you to eat. I'm not sick anymore, but Your Majesty often suffers from the hangovers. Count Poland took the opportunity to confront the emperor. Look, Her Imperial Highness is worried about you. Think of her and reduce your alcohol consumption. Your Majesty is strong, but you've been drinking alcohol for 10 years. Your health will inevitably suffer. Be quiet! Your Majesty is still young. Shut up! You are too noisy. Listen to the conversation. Philomel learned something new about the emperor. He has been drinking for a long time. She knew nothing about Eustic because she rarely saw him until recently. And if he's been drinking for 10 years, that coincide with the birth of Philomel, and at the same time it coincided with the year of Empress Isabella's death. It seemed that she drank just heavily to survive the death of the Empress. He seemed fine on the outside, but on the inside he was depressed. Somehow Philomel felt her heart grow tight to think that in addition to the death of his wife, it turned out that his daughter was a fake. But Philomel shook her head hard to come to her senses. Whom do I pity? The emperor was the person who was going to kill her one day. She would not let herself waken before she fled. Philomel, Eustic had put his cup of tea on the tray and called down in a loud voice. Thanks to you, I was able to clear my mind. Tell me if you want something. There we go! That was what Philomel was waiting for. After all, the emperor was a man who bribes and punishment. She wondered if she could ask for her wish since she had something good. What should I ask? It's much too early to ask for the chisel, female finally said after a long moment of the reflection. What she want?